now. Hey, Louie, how you doing?
I'm good, Carmen. Thanks for having me on today. Looking forward to our conversation.
Absolutely. It was such a pleasure meeting you finally in person at the Experior annual convention in Irvine, Texas, just this past week. It was awesome. You know, I just want to just let you know, right, from me to you've been so instrumental. I've already got two big annuities in the pipeline because of you and your team over there at Quantum and how you've helped me out and just understanding certain things about annuities. The first thing I want to do is just quickly, if you could just introduce yourself and tell me who you are and what your role is there in in Quantum and how long you've been in the annuities market.
Well, thanks for the opportunity. Always enjoyed our conversations, and of course, it was great to meet you and your great team when we were traveling in Dallas. So, by way of background, I've been a financial advisor in the past for a long time, and worked for a couple of major firms. And so I understand what it's like to be an advisor out there serving clients, just like you and your team do on a daily basis. By
Yeah.
background, I'm a certified financial planner, have a advanced degree in financial planning. So I feel like I can be an additional resource, to you and your team, and ultimately your clients, because that's what we're do. That's what we're here for. Is we're here to serve your clients and come up with, appropriate solutions for them. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing if we can, help you out.
Absolutely, I appreciate that. I just want to just ask you, a few questions. I think this video, right? Instead of just shoving product down my client's throat all the time, it's always good just to kind of just give a broad understanding on, how the majority of these products work, right? And right now we want to talk about annuities. Can you just kind of give me and forever who's going to listen to this video like a high level definition on exactly what an annuity is?
Yeah, and that's a great point to start with because sometimes we get a little confused and the waters get murkied by all different types of people out there in the wild. So to hear it straight from the source and dealing with you and your team, really there's three things that I think we want to keep in mind. Whether you're looking at a fixed annuity, a variable annuity, there's so many different types of flavors and styles out there. But ultimately, I think there's three things that your client should recognize if and working with an advisor like yourself, if is an annuity the right solution, right? The first thing is tax deferral. The annuity is a vehicle where you can put money in and any earnings that you make, whether it's over a year period of time or 10-year period of time, there's no tax due every year that you make money. So that's a competitive advantage, right? So,
Uh-huh.
so tax deferral is extremely important. The second thing is the principal or your investment is guaranteed. So whatever you put into an annuity, so long as it's a non-variable annuity, your principal is guaranteed. You put money in, there's absolutely no potential for loss of that principal. So
Okay.
it's very comforting to an investor who might be concerned about loss of principal. Maybe they're near retirement, or maybe they have an objective where they want to stay conservative. An annuity is a guaranteed principal investment. And third, and really why annuities are created in the first place, is that they offer income for lifetime. So if you put money in an annuity, at some point in the future, you can turn that into a stream of income for your lifetime. And in most cases here at the Quantum, we offer guaranteed lifetime income solutions. So whether you live to be 80, 90, or 120, you're going to be able to have income that you cannot outlive. So keep those three things in mind when you're talking and considering investing in an annuity.
You know what, Louis, I'm so glad that you blended what a annuity contract is with a insurance company, right? Um, and what the benefits are. I'll just go kind of like a little bit like one step further and just state that the reason why all of this stuff is like ironclad is because it's a contract between my client, right? Our clients and the insurance company, right? Let's just name one for example. Let's say North American and Security Benefit Life. Those are, and Nationwide. Those are one of our top three carriers, right? So a client would basically get into these contracts anywhere generally from about what? We've got 5 years up to about 14 years, right?
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you hit it
Yeah.
right on the head there.
Uh-huh.
These are contracts, and a contract is only as good as each party, right? The,
Hmm.
the investor decides, hey, we're going to put a lump sum of money in, and the carrier or the insurance company says, here, as a result of that, we're going to give you certain features and benefits. So
Hmm.
your contract is only as good as the company that backs it, right?
Right.
And so you talk about companies like what you mentioned, Security Benefit Life, North American, Nationwide. It's all backed by the full faith and credit of the resources of the insurance company.
Hmm.
So at the Quantum, we only offer high rated insurance carriers that
Right.
are A-rated companies. So, and then I know you as an advisor, you're only going to show best in class carriers and best in class products to your clients. And
Absolutely.
honestly, that's not something that sometimes we see out there outside
Hmm.
in the industry. And I think as an industry, we could probably do a better job of educating advisors that it's really
Hmm.
important that the carrier you're offering and ultimately the product that you're offering is going to be appropriate and suitable, and it's going to be there when they need it in the future.
And you know what? That piggybacks off of my third question, which is for you, right? With your experience and how long you've been selling annuities in the field, I was taking a look at my production from when I started selling annuities with Experior and where I am right now with my volume, and I just closed out 2024 with a little bit over 556,000. However, the year before that, just on my own pen, I was at a little bit over 2.4 million, right? So when I looked at that, I was like, I wonder what's going on, especially now in the financial market, as to because I'm actually seeing more people. Louis, I know you're like, but I'm actually seeing more people, and I'm really, I mean, I know I got the rest of the year, right, to really get my numbers up. But what do you think is like one reason, right? Just one reason why clients have such a problem with understanding how profitable an annuity can be and the benefits of an annuity. What do you think is that one hurdle as to why just more agents like myself we can't help more people with annuities?
You asked for one, I'm going to give you two. So first of all, uh, there's a lot of myths around annuities, right? There's a lot of people out there that are prophesizing annuities are the actual worst investment that one could have. And I'm not going to say that all products are created the same, right? But first of all, a lot of annuities out there are embedded with a lot of fees, right? So I know you, I work with you and your team, and one of the things that I would encourage anybody to do that's out there working with you or another agent is make sure that you understand the fees associated with your annuity. And right now is a great time to review any annuities that you already have that maybe you purchased, even if you purchased them as little as 3 years ago,
Right.
certainly 5 years ago or longer. Those may have fees that are holding back performance or being, something that's holding back ultimately what you can get. So today's annuities are a lot different than your parents or even your grandparents' annuities. So keep an
Right.
open mind when it comes to that. And one of the things I want to applaud Carmen about is that she's going to conferences, she's constantly doing her research and her due diligence. And as a leader, she's also encouraging our team. Look, let's make sure we understand these products. Let's
Yeah.
make sure we're doing what's best for the client. And I want to commend you on that because not all advisors take that business as seriously as you do.
I appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate that, my friend. Well, I mean, listen, I that's pretty much all I had, right? I didn't want to make this, a real long drawn out video, and I know that you got clients that you have to help. Um, I appreciate your time. I've got another case for you to help me with. I'll probably now that I know I got to get on your calendar, I'll just get on the team calendar, and I'll probably see you next Thursday on the
And I want to give you
third.
one more
Yeah.
thing to add to your
Yeah.
clients because I promised you two. You wanted one, I'm going to give you two.
Okay.
The biggest thing that I think most clients should be looking at right now is their portfolios. That this year has been a very volatile year. Obviously, a change in administration,
Mm-hmm.
a new way of going about the economic outlooks and positioning the United States maybe a little differently than past administrations. Well, that's caused a lot of uncertainty, and a lot of uncertainty causes a lot of volatility. So right
Right.
now, I think is a good time if you're an investor or if you're an advisor, reach out to clients because they're scared. Their portfolios are down 10, 15, 20%. And maybe they're at a stage in their investment journey where they can't be down 15 or 20%. There
Right.
are ways that we can help recalibrate, reboost, basically optimize the portfolios with fixed index annuities. So I know you're on that with your team, but I just thought there'd be a good opportunity for you to make sure you share with your the people that you're serving. So thanks, Carmen. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And that's what I'm in the process of doing right now. I'll remind the team to go back and do some reviews as well.
That's good. All right. Well, great seeing you in
You too.
Dallas, and I'm glad your family's safe. And I look forward to working with you and your team again.
Absolutely, my friend. I'll see you next week.
Okay.
Bye bye.